Because unfortunately as it is, it's always a fight on, do I want to be creative and do what I want? Like tell a story by how I like it, or give something that the viewers want? Because it's always a fight between that.
Hello everyone, this is Very Interesting People, an interview-style podcast where we sit down with talented, independent creators to talk about their craft, share some stories, and inspire you to get out there and create something yourself. I'm your host, Kiefer Kamney, and with me today is voice actor, ASMR artist, and content creator, KoojiVA. Or as I know him, Jessie.
Hello.
So, for the people who don't know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do?
Of course, I'm a content creator on the YouTube platform. I'm part of the VA community or ASMR community, same thing. There's a bunch of other channels like me out there. I do videos where I basically play an anime character or anything. Like I do voice acting specifically, I play personalities, and then people seem to really enjoy them. I tried my best to just basically do a good job at playing the character I play. I try to be as immersed as I can, and the viewer seems to be super immersed too. They enjoy them. Most of the time it's romantic based because I don't know, people really enjoy those, I guess. It's like drama CDs, I guess. So I'm known in the community because I have quite a lot of fangirls, I guess you could say. I don't know. I have whatever. I just like doing voice acting. I like doing anime. I'm a big weeb. So it really plays off in my favor and people really enjoy them. So yeah. I'm just a guy.
So, what got you into voice acting in the first place? Is it something you liked as a kid? You said you're a weeb, so did you really like dubs and voiceover in anime, or just cartoons in general? You know, what got you into that field?
That's a good question. There's a lot of different reasons why, but it is true that I started watching anime very young. I was like 7 years old. My first one was actually like a horror one. I will remember that my whole life. It was in dub too. I was with my uncle, and we were watching D Gray Man, the first episode. If you don't know what it is, just look it up. Just watch the first episode of D Gray Man, and then like put yourself as a 7-year-old watching that. And it was in dub, and I will remember that my whole life because it in a way it traumatized me, but in a really good way, because I was like, oh damn, this is fucked up, I guess. Or sorry, it's screwed up.
That's okay.
Demonetization.
We're big kids here.
And then I like the performance of the voice actors in that. It was pretty good, and it has to do with that, but also with the fact that I really love characters. Like there are some like I would read books all the time when I was younger, and I just loved the characters, and I was like, I wonder how they would sound. I wonder how they would act. Like I can read them, but I wonder how they would respond or just act, and just, you know. And I just love acting a lot. I would watch a lot of movies, and I started watching a lot of English movies too when I was younger. Well, I'm French Canadian. I speak French, but so I would watch a lot of movies in French back in the day, but then I started watching movies in English. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I just loved acting so much. It built up from there. I love movies, and anime, of course, is really a big part of who I am today as well. But I just, video game characters as well that just don't talk. Like, for example, Link, right, from Zelda. He doesn't talk. He doesn't really have a personality. His personality is the player. You do what you want. You do as you perceive him, you know? And that was also a big thing why I wanted to do voice acting too. I was like, you know what? How would I play Link? How would he sound like? What would be his personality? That was interesting to me. So that's why I made like a few Link videos on my channel too. But I just really like bringing up to life characters that either already exist, or me coming up with how I would give life to this character, or just me building a character from the ground, and like, or just play a personality. And I just wanted to give a good performance, and that's just all I really care about, is the performance and the viewer feeling immersed into what they are listening to, or what they are being immersed into. Really, that's what I care about.
Well, I've worked with you a long time ago, voice acting before, and at that point still, you were just a really fantastic actor. But
thank you. That's very charming. But recently, fun fact that you're saying that, our editor at the time, Ben, who I'm still very good friends with, he just recently gave me back the Death Note episodes, up to 3. The 3 episodes.
Can you give a brief summary about what it is we're talking about for basically all the people listening, because no one knows what it is.
All right.
It disappeared off the face of the earth quite a while ago.
Oh, yes, it did, but I still got the files. I got them in my computer right now. I don't know if I should upload them one day, but I don't know. I guess I'll just mute the copyright music or something. So, back in 2015 or 2014, around that time, that was my first experience as a voice actor. It was terrible. Oh my god, I was so bad, but whatever. Kiefer here is like really, he's really, he's being a sweetheart right now by saying that I was good, but damn, I was bad, because I listened to it recently with my girlfriend, and she was cringing the entire time. So was I, don't worry. But
I still have the rose-tinted glasses on from that, because I don't remember what any of it sounds like. I just remember being really impressed with it at the time, being like, wow, this sounds really professional. We could be famous from this one.
Oh boy, that's sweet. But yeah, I was bad. So basically we did a Death Note abridged where like at the time, of course, 2014, 2015 was the age of abridged on YouTube. Definitely. It was huge on YouTube. It was like a big thing because copyright laws were not that strict back then and people could be creative with it. Obviously nowadays there's not a lot of abridged series because they get screwed over by copyright laws on YouTube now. It's almost impossible to get away with one episode of abridged without like a company saying, no, you can't do that, and give you a strike, and you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm screwed. I can't do anything. So back in the day, of course, it would be way more, open to creators. So I was so interested in that because obviously Team 4 Star was like out there with Dragon Ball Z abridged, and it was huge. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. And other abridged series too were really great. And I was like, oh, you know what? I want to make one, and I want to play a character. That sounds really fun, and just make people laugh, and I guess feel immersed into this like version of this character that I'm giving. That's what I wanted to do. So we did that for like 3 episodes, and it was very amateur, very, very amateur actually. But my friend Ben at the time, I still stand by that. He is an amazing editor. He was only 14 years old, and he gave so many good edits in that, and the show was really great. But whatever. And I had a really bad mic at the time. It was like a headset mic. I think it was by like Mad Cats or something. Now they're bankrupt. I think they're bankrupt now, but they made like headsets. It was okay quality actually. You'd be surprised. It was pretty all right, but the quality was all right. So I was like, I'm gonna use this, screw it. And Ben had like he had a Guitar Hero mic, and that's what we would use for recording most of the time. It was really funny.
What's funny, I still actually used that for a long time. When I first started doing YouTube, I first started like recording my voice for anything, I used my Guitar Hero mic. Back then I didn't know the difference between like a microphone from a music studio or like a microphone I get from Guitar Hero World Tour for Xbox. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll plug this. This sounds great, whatever. But yeah, eventually I found Jessie and Ben on some like voice actors forum.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a voice actor, and I had just gotten my nice new USB microphone for a whole whopping $30 from Best Buy or something. And I was like, let's try it out. Let's do some voice acting. And they cast me as my, I think, 15-year-old self as the character in Death Note, Light's dad.
Light's
Chief
dad,
Yagami.
I think he's like in his 50s, 40s.
Yeah, so there's just think of this 15-year-old boy, barely hit puberty, and he's trying to play a 50-year-old man. I definitely remember it being a little strenuous on my voice. It didn't sound very convincing.
It's pretty funny though.
It was pretty entertaining.
Funny thing though, I remember watching it again like 2 months ago, and I was like, damn, Kiefer was pretty good. I was shit though. I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. But I forgot about some people that worked with us on it. I was like, oh my god, right, there was this guy that just played this person, and that's it. I completely forgot about them. Yeah, there were like a bunch of other people. I think there was this girl that played like the little sister of Light. She was like getting married while we were recording the 3rd episode or something. It was like crazy.
Yeah, I remember she was one of the people I met on YouTube, and she really liked anime, and she voice acted in like an RPG Maker game at the time. And I was like, oh, she did a really good job. Let's get her on. Little did I know, she didn't record it at home. She got sent to a studio, so she didn't have a microphone at home. So when she recorded, she was doing a really good job, but on like a really bad microphone. So I was like, oh, bums me out.
Yeah.
It was a weird group of people, like just you would not expect.
Just a bunch of strangers gathering together just to do this weird project. It was really weird. That girl, I think she was like in her 20s, and then like you had like 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 17-year-olds, grown adults. It was weird, but hey, it was a really good experience though. It was my first voice acting experience, and I got to bring a character to how I perceived them if it wasn't a joke. So light, obviously I just exaggerated how he is, and I still do to this day. I think it's hilarious to bring the edginess out into like, hey, look, I'm stupid actually, because I'm super, super edgy, and I have a really edgy ideology too. But that was the first experience I had as a voice actor. It was really cool.
So after working on the Death Note abridged, obviously now you work in ASMR. What was the kind of bridge between that? Why did you decide on doing mostly ASMR based content over just continuing doing random voice acting gigs or abridged series?
For a very long time, I didn't want to do any kind of content because I didn't have the equipment for it, and I knew that that would not get me anywhere. Because, like it or not, if you're scuffed and you don't have any good equipment, you're not really gonna go anywhere. Like if you want to do gaming, you have a terrible PC. It's gonna be really hard to get something out there. So imagine doing voice acting if you have a potato microphone. It's not gonna get you anywhere. So that's the first thing I knew that I needed to upgrade before I do any kind of content. Because at first I was like, okay, I'm gonna do VA stuff. I love voice acting. So you know the Schwarzenegger story where he said that he came in the United States for like I think it was Schwarzenegger for like $2. He only had $2. Now he's like a super fucking actor.
Yeah.
My story is how I had nothing, and I was like 15, 16, and I saved all of my money. Not for video games, not for a console, but for a microphone and a power supply with a scissor arm stand and all of that. I saved all my money from Christmas and my birthday to buy that equipment because I wanted to invest in my passion instead of just, I could have just bought a PS4 at a time and say, fuck it, but I didn't. I bought a microphone. And when I bought my microphone, I was like, I need to make videos. At the time, I had no idea what ASMR was because nobody knew. It was very strong in like 2017. That's when it blew up for sure. That's when I started, funny enough. But I had no idea what it was. I had no idea. But I remember like I saw this video. It wasn't it wasn't my recommended. It was a chick who played as, I don't remember what it was. I know her name though. She played as I think an anime character. Or I think it was a Yandere video. I can't remember. Or it was a serial killer video. I was like, oh, this chick is role-playing as a serial killer. I'm interested in that. So I watched that. I was like, oh, man, she's actually really good. Damn, she's a good actress. I enjoyed that. And I thought that ASMR was not like the whole like, oh, tingles and shit like that. I thought it was just like immersion and like you talking to, not talking, but the character speaks to you, the viewer. Like you feel like you're in it. So I really like the immersion part of ASMR. I was like, oh damn, this is really cool. I felt like closer to the character, I guess you could say, or I felt like the character was talking to me. I felt like part of the video. So I really like that aspect. So I was like, oh damn, I want to make more of that. So I was like, oh man, I want to do that. That sounds cool. So I got heavily inspired from her by doing the channel. She's pretty much the reason why I made a channel. My first video was a French butler. Because I was like, oh, what am I good at that not a lot of people could do? Because that's the first thing that came to my mind when I was going to make a video. I was like, I can't do the same thing everyone did. I need to make something that people would enjoy, that I am specialized in, that I know that I could do better than anyone else. Not at anyone else, but like I could do a better job than most people. What am I good at? That's the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, I'm going to make a French accent video because I speak French. Because that's part of my kit, my starter pack. I started with that. Not a lot of people can do that. So I'm going to bring something different on the table, something that is rarer, like that's more rare on the table so people can enjoy it. I'm going to get, that's the first thought I had. So I did my first video where it was just me hitting recording. I had like a $20 mic, but like the whole kit cost me like $160 because of the power supply, the scissor arm stand, the XLR cables, all of that. So I was 17. It was, I think it was a Wednesday night. I had school the next morning. It was like 9 in the afternoon, 9 p.m. So I just started recording, and I'm just like, I had no script, nothing, no idea what I was going to do, nothing at all. I had no plans. I was like, okay, play this character, French butler, whatever, right? Sound, I guess, try to give it anime kind of sound. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. All of it was unscripted. all of it was not like, I just did what do you call that? Yeah, damn, I'm losing my vocab.
Improv?
Improv, thank you. I can't believe I forgot that word. Yeah, all of it was improv. The whole thing. All improv, and I just kind of put it together like a Frankenstein monster. And some of it doesn't really make any sense because some of the lines I said before are not at the end, and the end are now in the beginning. Weird Frankenstein monster. And I put all of that together. I was like, okay, boom, released. Got a little bit of attention. I was happy about it. I think I got like 100 views. I was like, holy crap, damn, that's insane. And then immediately after, Breath of the Wild was going to come out soon, or it came out and it was huge. I was like, oh, I want to do a Link video. I want to play Link. That sounds cool because he doesn't have a voice. He doesn't have a personality. I want to give him one. My voice doesn't sound too far off from what he would sound like, I think. That's what I thought at the time. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. I played Link. And then I released it. Got a bit of attention. And then I played a Yandere, or I think it was the Yandere before, but I don't remember. And then I did a Yandere video because what's so interesting about Yandere is I know it's like edgy now, and I understand like it's fucked up, right? The real Yanderes IRL are not good. I'm not saying otherwise. It's no, don't be a Yandere. It's fucked up. However, in fiction it's fine, in my opinion, because it's interesting and it's not real. That's the point of it. It's exaggerated.
It's the same as like in a villain in a movie. It's like you don't condone their behavior, but it's interesting to watch them do what they do.
Exactly, and it's interesting, especially when you're the subject. You're the main focus, the viewer, so you're as immersed as you could be. So I wanted to play Yandere because I always wanted to do a crazy character. His mental state is changing over the time, and I wanted to really do that and give that impression on the viewer. And of course, the whole point of I'm a disgusting person, yet I love you so much, and that this is how I think I give love to you and affection is really interesting to me because they do exist, people like that. It's interesting. It's interesting to me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. And I did. People really enjoyed it. It blew up. That video absolutely blew up. And one day I just had like 2K subscribers in a day. It was insane. Absolutely crazy. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, all of that in one night. It was insane. It was crazy. They really loved it. And keep in mind, ASMR was like at its peak at the time. It was crazy big. And I just got really lucky. There's no way. That's where I was like, okay, people really enjoy this. I can voice act and people enjoy them. And I enjoy myself playing those characters too. That's great. So I kept doing that for a very long time. And here I am. And I still do it.
Here you are.
I quit for a while, but I'm back, I guess.
He's back, everybody.
I guess so. Well, I quit because it's a funny story, right? I told you about it, but yeah. I quit originally because I was on a burnout. I was burnt out. I kept like releasing videos all the time, and they would get demonetized, and I would get no profit out of my work, and that was really bothering me because working on a video is probably like 9 to 10 hours, like the whole thing, the whole process. Because I a lot of I guess I'm gonna rant a little bit. A lot of voice actors that do the same thing as me, like I'd say at least 70% don't make their own scripts. They don't even edit themselves either. I know there's like bigger ones than me out there. They don't even do their scripts. They don't even edit their own videos. All they do is push recording and then they're like, okay, editor, you do the rest. That's it. And they are provided scripts by their fans most of the time. And I'm against that idea. I'm against that ideology 100%. Because in my opinion, if you want to do a voice acting video, if you want to build a character, if you want to interact, like if you want to play as a character, the best way to do it is you write your own lines by how you believe the character would say things. You know what I mean? It's like it feels like you're playing someone else's character by their ideology, and it feels wrong. I don't like that. So I've always made my own scripts. Sometimes I've been helped by my girlfriend. She helps me sometimes with some scripts because sometimes it gets really tiring. But she never does the whole thing by herself. I always help here and there. I probably do like 60%. She does like 40%. Sometimes like at least on 3 videos I think in total. I've made like 60 videos I think. If not 65, something like that. And in all of them, at least 3 videos she's helped me with, and that's it, and nothing more than that. But every single video, I do the script, I record, I edit, I do everything. I will never let someone else do it for me because it's lazy. It doesn't feel like if I did that, it would not feel like it's my video anymore. It would feel like it's someone else's. I'm not saying that, no one should have their own like editor. You know, no one should have editors to edit their videos for them. That's not what I'm saying. Like, scripting, come on, dude. At least do it by yourself. That's the least you could do, right? Because the fun of it for me was always, I play my own character because I wrote about the character and I'm bringing the character I created to life. And I want to share it. How do you guys like that? Did you guys enjoy that? Did you? Am I good at doing character development? You know, kind of stuff like that. It's bringing a character to life, and I love doing that. It's fun. If someone else was to do it for me, I would not enjoy it.
It's a lot about it being your own creation, right? Like with working with like actors in general, when they work on a screenwriter's character, they're usually working with the screenwriter on, well, I think the actor would, I think the character would probably do this, or I think this is how they would react. Because if you're the one voicing the character and bring it to life, you have to have some involvement in how they work. Because if not, you're just you're not really acting, you're just reading.
It's not you anymore. It's them. That's what they want. It's not you. And that's something that's something else I've been debating a lot on, because I've been asked a lot, like, hey Kooji, how do I start a channel? Do you have any tips and stuff, advices? Like on voice acting, most people ask me advice on voice acting, and I always say, no, I don't. I don't have any tips. I'm not a professor. I'm not a teacher. I don't know anything about voice acting. I was never taught anything about voice acting. I was never told anything. I just started doing what I do. Nothing else. I never had classes, and the reason why I don't give any tips either is because I don't want to give you one of mine, because I'm not in a good position to give you advice. I'm not qualified for that. And I always answer this too. I say, however, I can give you tips on YouTube tips or editing tips, and what software you should use, and what videos you should make, and what you think should be out there, and what you think would not be relevant to people. Because unfortunately, as it is, it's always a fight on, do I want to be creative and do what I want, like tell a story by how I like it, or give something that the viewers want? Because it's always a fight between that. Because like it or not, that's like every YouTuber out there. You want to give something that you want to give, but you gotta balance it with what the viewers want. If you're a gaming channel and you suddenly start doing like, I don't know, vlogs, not a lot of people will care, unfortunately for you, because they didn't subscribe for you. They didn't subscribe to you for that. They subscribe to you because you do gaming, you know? So if I started doing like what I want on my channel, I can understand why people will not watch it or not like it. It's because they didn't subscribe for that. Or if I made a whole like roleplay video about me playing a character that, you know, let's say I played Snake, right? Like what if situation. I play Snake from Metal Gear Solid in a video. Metal Gear Solid ASMR roleplay Snake, you know, I would understand why no one would give a shit about it, because it's what I want. It's what I wanted to do. And not a lot of people shared the passion they have for Metal Gear like I do. So it's understandable that it was a video for me and not a video for them. Mm-hmm. And of course, you want to succeed on YouTube as well. So you always gotta balance, what do I want to do that they also want? And and of course, if you end up not doing what you want and you end up doing what they want, you're gonna get burnt out and you're gonna end up not liking what you do, like I did.
Having these problems with the YouTube platform, have you ever thought about branching off of it and doing whether it's like professional voiceover work or working on other projects that are just outside of YouTube in general? Is that something that's ever interested you or something you've done before?
Every single content creator on YouTube right now, as I'm sure, at least mostly gaming and stuff, I'm sure everyone has thought of moving to Twitch or branching off to Twitch, and that's a really good platform too. I am on Twitch actually, yes, but I have like 2K followers on Twitch, I think, something like that. And I haven't been on it in like 3 weeks now. I don't really stream on it. I'm pretty lazy because I don't get a lot of viewers, obviously, because they didn't subscribe to me on YouTube for gaming. They subscribed to me because I do character voice acting, and I don't know how to branch that off. Because I do audio specifically, it's very hard to do so. Imagine like branching off from like doing audio to like something like Twitch or something. It doesn't work unless you're like on SoundCloud or something, but I don't like SoundCloud, so I don't want to branch off on that either. It sounds weird. It doesn't, I'm not comfortable with it. I'm just comfortable on YouTube when I do voice acting and when I do any kind of project, that's fine. But I've been on Casting Call Club before. I tried that a little bit. It's never good. I never see like any good, like worthwhile project on CCC. Well, CCC is Casting Call Club, obviously, is very community based, but unfortunately, of course, again, I don't really blame CCC because the copyright laws are really bad on YouTube right now, so it's very difficult to start a project from scratch. Like, I guess if you make a video game, yeah, but those threads on CCC are always bombarded, and it's not even worthwhile because the guys who actually do audition on those threads are probably like people that have like 50 other projects on their belt. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, if you're new, you're just gonna eat shit. Like, I can't just go in there and throw my YouTube channel and be like, hey guys, look, I'm flexing. Look at my 72k subscribers. I can't do that. That's just scummy. I wouldn't do that. And I don't know, I don't really have any kind of experience other than just me doing YouTube videos as a voice actor. I can't just be like, hey guys, I'm the ultimate actor. Look at me, I have all these subs. That's fucked up. I had this, I guess I'll share a story. I did audition for one thing because my friend Nick showed me a thread about these people that were doing otome game, which is like, it's a reversed RM otome game. So it's a girl as the protagonist, and then she has multiple love interests. It was an anime game, and the developer was a Japanese woman. So I was interested in that. So I joined their Discord and I started talking to the creator, which is of course again a Japanese woman who speaks pretty good English. And she was like, "Oh, why are you interested?" I was like, "Oh, because I don't know. I thought I would really fit well in your game because it looks like something I could do very easily because I do romantic based videos a lot and I play characters. You might be interested in what I do." Okay, what did you work on? Oh, I make YouTube videos. You want to see my channel? She was like, oh yeah, sure. I showed her my channel. I will never forget this. That was probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever been told in my life. And I will, that's when it snapped in me. I was like, oh my God, is that really what people think of me? She said, oh, you make porn. It broke me into 5 billion pieces. My ego was gone. My pride was gone. I had nothing. I was like, that was the most hurtful thing I've ever heard in my life as a content creator. You make porn. That's when I was like, why would, the first thought was, no, I don't. Why would she think that? I don't understand how she could think that. And then I was like, oh, it's probably because she knows, because she told me she knows what ASMR is, and most of the time it's always erotic. I was like, yeah, I'm against that. I'm not part of that community though. But she kept jokingly say that I make porn, and I felt super, super insulted. That's I'm not a sensitive person in general. I don't get insulted that easily. But that broke me so bad. I felt awful. I was like, really? Because I started wondering, is that really what people think of me? They just think I make porn? Is that it? Am I just I just make audio porn? No, I don't. I know that for a fact because I just don't.
I think that's definitely a problem with ASMR as a whole. There's a big stigma around it. Because before I even knew what it was, I thought, oh, it seems like people say, oh, it makes you feel tingly and stuff. Okay, maybe it's relaxing stuff. And then I see a lot of the, ASMR that gets on trending. It's, it's a bit sexualized, and some of it gets pretty niche and fetishy. So there's a stigma around ASMR. And then voice, especially your ASMR, which is more voice acting than making tingly noises. Is hard to, differentiate. Yeah,
to be honest, ASMR should not really be in the title to begin with, but it's just because I can't really put it in any other category because it's not loud enough to be voice acting. It's not entertaining enough to be voice acting. It's it's quiet, soothing enough to be relaxing, in my opinion. So that's why I put it as ASMR, and I dare anyone to fucking tell me to put it in any other category because I don't see any other category that would fit better. I don't whisper. I don't do tingle stuff. I don't do triggers or anything like that.
You don't cut straws with scissors?
Yeah, I don't.
That's one I've seen a lot. It's that little, what?
Yeah,
what
true. To be honest, I did that once. That was in my first or second end of the video. That was over a year ago. But that's the only time I did that. I don't do anything else. It's just immersion. That's what I do. I try to give the viewer immersion. That to me is the ASMR, I guess. I don't know. I don't have any explanation for it other than that. Yeah, ASMR is very sexualized now. It's actually so bad. I think it's because the content creators are seen as idols more than, you know what I mean? It's I'm an idol. Look guys, I'm an e-boy and I make anime voices, or the girls are more seen as e-girls. It's more or idols kind of thing. I don't know, dude. It's weird. More than just hey guys, I sound good. That's my thing. I sound good. And I play character well. For I don't know, gamers, it's oh guys, I'm funny, I'm entertaining, right? They're more entertainers than e-boys or anything else. For example, Sea Dog, right? He's very much he's a mix of both, actually. It's weird. He's like a dream, like to me at least, to what I would want to be, because he does VA stuff, but at the same time he does entertaining stuff, and he's like really good at it, and he's successful. I want to be that, but it's gonna be really hard to branch off of that. So it's a big jump and a big gamble, and I refuse to take it because I've built this off way too much. You know what I mean? I put way too much effort into this, so I can't just make the jump. It's so scary. Making the jump or branching off is terrifying, especially if you want to abandon what's behind. It's terrifying. I'm super glad and thankful that, you know, I was welcomed back when I came back on my channel. And ever since I quit back, I came back in March. In March, I had like 52K. Now I'm back at 71 or 2K. I forgot how many I have. I think it's 72K. I gained like 20K in like 3 months, which is insane. Absolutely crazy. I never got this many subs in a short amount of time. If not, I'm doing way better than before.
Yeah, so what's it been like? You have this audience of like 70,000 plus people. It's got to be kind of a roller coaster dealing with fans, because I'm sure there's some that are super chill, great to talk to, and then there's some that are a little over the edge as far as boundaries and things like that. And you have a Discord, and you also have social media, so you do reach out with people a lot. What's it like interacting with that massive amount of people? And you know, what have been some of the highs, some of the lows with dealing with a fan base that is booming?
Okay, so at first, when you start, it's always like this. You're super excited when you start, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. I love the attention, obviously, and the love that I'm getting. And then, you know, you're not that big yet, so you're enjoying it. You're like, oh man, that's really cool. People enjoy my content. They tell me that they love it. That's really cool. It feels good. It feels, thank you. That feels like, you know, it's warm to the heart, you know. It's really it feels really good. And then over the time, of course, when you get bigger, you don't really learn what I call the spotlight. This is a term I use. I don't know if anyone else uses it. This is a term I use for basically, you're the big guy content creator, and no matter what you do, there's some people that are going to look on you on the stage. They're going to look at you constantly, what you do, what you say, because you're always on the stage and you have the spotlight on you. So no matter what I say, if I'm shit posting, if I'm talking, if I'm typing anything in the chat, if I'm just like, you know, my Discord server, just hanging out with people, there's always people that will look at me no matter what, because I have the spotlight on me. And I got to be careful what I say or what I do or anything like that, because it could be taken out of context. It could just be used to hate me. Just because I have an opinion that they don't agree with, they will use it against me. For example, if I say I don't like a movie and they really love that movie, they could just simply say, hey, fuck you, Kooji, you're a piece of shit, and just hate me from there. It's insane. Some people really don't need a lot just to hate someone. You would be amazed. I learned that the hard way. If I dare to have any opinion, people will say that I use my platform to spread my opinions to fucking brainwash people. People will say that, definitely. So it's something that I try not to show too much when I'm interacting with my community or when I'm interacting with fans. I can't have an opinion. Or at least if I do, it can't be something, I guess, too heavy, I guess, on anything kind of subject. Especially not politics. You do not want to have a political opinion. You don't. Because the second you do, like, at least half your fans will not agree with what you say or with the way you perceive it or whatever. And they'll just say, fuck you, Kooji. Just because you have a different political belief than I do. I will now hate you, and I will now cast you away, or, you know, I will think you're an asshole now.
Do you find it stressful having to balance your personal life and then doing stuff with the community like this? Do you ever feel like you wish you could take a step back or just kind of separate yourself from the community? Or do you feel like it's an important part of, you know, being a content creator and having that audience?
It's always essential for a content creator, no matter who you are, no matter what content you make. Never get too close. I'm not saying you shouldn't be, like, you know, you shouldn't accept, like, I'm not saying like you should never be close to your fans. I'm saying that don't be too close. It's actually going to hurt you so bad. You're going to feel like you have no privacy anymore. Like, when your fans know everything about you and they spread it around and you feel like you have no privacy anymore, it's awful. Don't do that. Thankfully, I've never done anything like that. That's why I refuse to show what I look like. That's why I refuse to tell my fans anything about my personal life. Like, you know, like, for example, like, you know, whatever, my political beliefs. Is religion good or bad and all that stuff? I don't talk about that. I just meme around. I like to talk about anime. Which anime do I like? Oh, cool, nice. What I think about voice acting, my favorite movies, why I think this movie's not that great, my different opinions on that. That's fine. But I don't talk about, for example, I have a girlfriend, right? And there's some people that really don't like my girlfriend just because she's my girlfriend, and that pisses me off. I had an episode about that on Twitter. I'm sure you saw that, maybe.
Yeah.
But there's some people that legit like bashed on my girlfriend because she's my girlfriend, and they started to like share her Instagram around and be like, haha, she's so ugly and shit. Yeah, that's toxic. I hate that. I had that episode, and that was really disgusting. And that's another thing why I don't share about my personal life to other people, is because they're free to do really toxic stuff like that, and I don't agree with that at all. It's stressful, yeah, especially when I see people like threatening me with doxing me, because I've had that before, and that's really scary. There was a guy that threatened to dox me because he got my IP or something or whatever. I don't know how he got it, but he got it. He had a house that was 3 streets away from where I live. So first of all, scary as shit, right? I played the big IQ man right there, because I made him believe that it was actually my house, because I was like begging. I was fake begging to him, saying like, oh, please don't do that. It was actually not my house, but I wanted to make him believe that it was. It's pretty fucking scary though. He still got like my region, which I don't know how he got it, but he threatened to dox me and just post my private information around, and he got 3 streets away. Really stressed out. I remember once I got like a DM on Discord about a girl saying like where I was at, and I was like, what are you talking about? I had no idea what this was. They were just saying, where are you at? I'm at the airport. And they sent a picture of them at the airport. I was like, what the hell? And they said like, what? You said you would be here. What? I got creeped the fuck out, and she said she was like in the airport of Montreal. I was like, oh my god, hell no. Like, I had a stalker, and that was really fucking scary. I know I'm just like going like through it really fast, but I'm just telling you TLDR because there's way more details, but whatever. They're not important. They're just like build up.
Yeah.
Build up to
Main
it.
point,
yeah.
Someone showed up in your province and they were not invited.
Scary as shit. I was terrified. Same thing when I got doxxed. It was really bad. Well, I didn't technically get doxxed, but
almost.
I got close to being doxxed. The funniest part is, I'll never forget this because I was like, okay, what would the desperate person do in this situation? I'll call the police. He was like, okay, good day. And he left, and he fucking blocked me on Discord, and he never came back after I mentioned the police. The second I mentioned the police, he pushed out. That was great. I was like, really?
As soon as it comes into the real world, it gets a little too real for them. They're like, yeah, no, I'm not committed enough.
Nah, he's just ASMR, man. Fuck no. But, you know, it's true, though, that you can't be too close to your community. Otherwise, they're gonna feel like they are super close to you, and that's where like a close. They feel entitled to your privacy, and that's where someone should never cross. That's something you should never cross. Never.
Well, closing on a lighter note, you attended film school in the past, and we were just talking about that before I started recording. But I guess the last question for you is, why did you choose to go to film school? Kind of obvious, you love movies, but is that something you ever wanted to tie your voice acting experience and your storytelling into?
Yeah, I would agree with that. You got it on point, actually. It's exactly why I went to film school. I love movies, and it's all about acting and praising you praise the movie for its good acting, for its good camera shots, for delivering. Like, even the camera shots, even the position of the camera is character development, believe it or not. Just anything like that. It gives you exactly what the character is like, or what the character sees, what the character's environment is, and it's very, very important to know. Like anything like that, just shots, just camera placements is character development. It's part of it, no matter what you do, because it's storytelling through the angle of it. You know what I mean? I probably sound woke as fuck right now, but you know what I mean. It's part of it. So I just really wanted to take film school because I wanted to do either acting or voice acting, and that was perfect for me. And it really made me understand more about characters and how you tell a story and how you immerse the person and the viewer into the movie. I learned a bunch of stuff that I'm really glad I learned in my 4 months at film school. It was very, very valuable for any actor or any voice actor. Even if it's not audio, it's completely fine to learn. It's very useful to me every day. There's some movies that you don't notice, but shots, like especially Stanley Kubrick movies, they're all about, every scene, every shot is about what the character is feeling or what's going on and what I want the viewer to feel through it. It's all about that. Almost every movie is all about that. And it's very important for acting. That's why I really enjoyed going to film school. And I don't regret it. at all. Even if I dropped out, I don't regret it. It was very, very useful. I'm very grateful for it.
Do you see yourself going back in the future?
I would go back if I didn't have the same issues I had before, which is it was too far away, and it cost me too much money to travel there, and it cost me too much time to go there too. So yeah, if I could, I would definitely take it again. It was very good experience for me. But if the opportunity comes, if I have time, money to do so, definitely. But for right now, doing what I do right now, YouTube, because I don't have a part-time job. This is my part-time job. Doing content on YouTube is my job right now. It's my student job, I guess, until I go back to school again. Right now, I feel very lucky to have what I have right now. To be a content creator, to sit on my ass every day on my computer and just make videos and stuff. I feel very lucky to have that as my part-time job, because I have friends that actually have real jobs. They work at McDonald's, they work at restaurants, waitress, waiter, McDonald's, whatever. They have actual real part-time jobs. And they tell me about like how they hate it, how they're like, oh God, I gotta go to work again. I'm like, well, I gotta sit on my ass and make YouTube videos. And I'm very grateful for it every single day. However, here's the thing. They have an advantage that I do not have. Their money is consistent. Mine is not. You can guess, but you have no idea. It's never the same. It's never consistent. And that's why I don't think I'm going to do this forever. Definitely not. If I do, I guess I achieved the dream, I guess. It's been a dream since I was like 10 to make YouTube videos and, be a YouTuber like most Z generation.
Yeah.
Like you and I and everyone our age or even younger than that. It's a big dream to do what your passion is and make money from it and spread it to people and they enjoy it. And I'm very grateful that I've succeeded to be where I am to this day. And I know that I will go further than this. At least I believe I will. And I don't know where it's going to take me, but it's not like I had any ideas to begin with.
It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you very much.
It's been some really great, interesting stories, for sure. Especially hearing about your little odd stalker experience. But I guess before we close out, yeah, the floor is yours. Anything you want to promote? You want to give a last word of advice to everybody listening? It's all you.
Subscribe to Kiefer and Neon Carnival. Really cool guys. Cool guys. They're putting way too much effort into their videos. It actually blows my mind how they're devoted into their work. It's amazing to me, and what blows my mind even more is that they don't even get that much attention compared to what they should actually deserve. That's how I came into contact with them again, and I highly suggest you watching their content. They put a lot of effort into it. They invest so much money into what they do. It's insane. It blows my mind. And it makes me wish that I was as devoted as they are into my work, but I cannot because I don't know. They're just that passionate into what they do, and it's very admirable to see and watch.
Can't do this. You're making me blush. You're making me embarrassed.
I don't care. You take it. And I don't know. I don't really need that much attention myself. So if you really want to, I guess my videos are my channel's in the description. I guess if you want to go check that out. My guess is not a lot of you will be interested anyway. I just do like anime voice acting, and I play characters, and it's like kind of ASMR-esque, and I role play as characters. Sometimes, most of the time, it's romantic based. Some of the time, it's like it's just your character, and sometimes it's just horror, which I love a lot, but it doesn't get that much attention compared to romantic stuff. But
well, give it some attention. Check it out. Is it KoojiVA on YouTube, or is it just Kooji?
KoojiVA. And my second channel is just Kooji, where I just upload like gaming stuff, I guess, or just random videos that I don't think should belong on my main channel, because I know people wouldn't really care about it that much.
All right.
Just for stuff that I want to work on, but I know that not a lot of people would really pay much attention. So might as well put it on a second channel where I believe that people who subscribe to it would care because they subscribed to it in the first place.
Well, go check him out. He's interesting. He deserves your love. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And yeah.
My pleasure. Subscribe to Kiefer. Really cool guy. And he deserves the attention from the amount of effort he's putting into this. So
thank you.
Yeah, that's all. And have a good day. And take care of yourself, because I know that maybe some content creators are gonna watch this. Take care of yourself. Take a break. Don't be afraid to. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you a bad content creator if you want to take some time off. It's perfectly understandable, right? You can't just be under the spotlight all the time. Take a break. It's annoying. It's gonna blind you over the time. It's annoying. You don't want that. Be part of the crowd. Get off the stage. Be in the crowd. Fuck it. Screw it, dude. I don't know. Take a break. Take care of yourselves. That's my message, I guess. I don't know.
Well, thank you so much, and
You're welcome.
talk to you later.
Of course.
Again, thank you all so much for listening all the way to the end here. It was a bit of a longer episode, a lot longer than usual. Normally I aim around for like the 20 to 30 minute mark. This episode actually ran about 60 minutes. I had to cut a few sections altogether just to keep it below the hour mark. So if you are interested in listening to more of this podcast, the full unedited audio file is available on our Patreon, patreon.com/KieferCampney. It's where I do this show and a few other projects. So you can go check it out there for free, absolutely free. Anyways, please, if you're at all interested in his content, I know it seems a little unique and different, but Jesse's actually a very talented voice actor, so please go give him some support. KoojiVA on YouTube, Kooji on other platforms. Check him out. Give him a try at least. He deserves it. He's a great guy. If you want more of this show, Very Interesting People, we're on pretty much every podcast platform you can imagine. We're on Google, Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, the other ones. So if you want some more, go check them out. If you did enjoy the podcast, please consider subscribing on the platform of your choice, as well as leaving a review if you are an iTunes user. Or if you're not, you can just log in, make an account. You probably already have one because someone's had an iPod at some point in their life. Give us a review. It really helps us out. Other than that, you can check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at the VIP Cast. And if you want to support the show even further, like I mentioned, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/KieferCampney, that helps support the show, as well as some other creative projects I'm working on. So thank you so much. Stick around. There are plenty more interesting people coming your way.